welcome to another edition of 321 on RedBullIndianapolisGP.com. I'm Jana Strange. And I actually snuck into the press conference room here in the Media Center at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And in this seat, in September, the winner of the Red Bull Indianapolis GP is going to sit. Until that day, you can enjoy another video by Donald Davidson in the IMS Hall of Fame Museum.
Okay, we're focusing back again on famous participants, again in motorcycle racing and of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Donald, what else can you tell us about some of these on display?
Well, there's another, among the other participants that had a connection with the Indianapolis 500 that were motorcycle racers. If we go back to the 1920s and 30s, Joe Petrali was as well known as anybody in motorcycle racing. He raced successfully on the board tracks, flat tracks, and then also he was a hill climb specialist, as well as making straightaway record runs at Daytona Beach on the sands, which they haven't done for a long time. But in fact, when AMA, American Motorcyclists Association, created a life membership, he carried card number 1, which he showed me one time. I asked him, about the life membership, and he said, "Oh, you mean this outfit?" And he pulled a card out of his billfold and it had number 1 on it. But anyway, this was Joe in his heyday on a dirt track bike, and we have a replica of that bike that's actually on display right now.
Okay.
And in addition to having been the motorcyclist, now he never was a driver in the 500, but he was a long-time crew member and chief mechanic, and he was on the winning crew twice, in 1946 with George Robson, and then also he was a chief mechanic, Bill Vukovic, who won the 500 twice. When he took his rookie test in 1950, Joe was the chief mechanic, and here we are in 1957, and this is Sam Hanks, who had just won the 500 with a car that's actually on display that I'm looking at right now, but you can't see. And then this is Sid Charisse, the actress. That's Raymond Firestone of the Firestone family, and Alice Hanks, Sam's wife. Dwayne Carter, who was the former driver and then later driver, who was the USAC director of competition at that time. And there's Joe, and he was on the winning crew, George Sally's little Balan Special. And then also another thing that's interesting about Joe, I mean, he did a number of interesting things in his life. He also worked for Howard Hughes for several years, and when the Spruce Goose made its short-lived takeoff in Long Beach Harbor, with Howard Hughes as the pilot, Joe Petrali was his flight engineer. So he was a really neat guy with a lot of Howard Hughes stories. To get a little more modern, the fellow in the air here is the fellow that's here. It's Jeff Ward. And most of the successful 500 drivers that were big in motorcycle racing tended to be either road racers later on, dirt track racers, and then later on road racers. And Jeff's specialty, of course, was motocross and supercross, so he won, countless championships. And so this is very typical Jeff Wood scene because, he's in the air more often than he's on the ground. But he aspired to be a 500 driver. In fact, he tried to qualify for the race in 1995 and didn't make it, and then came back in 1997 and finished in third place. And this photo was, I believe this is 1999 when he finished second. Okay. In fact, he ran, I think it was like 6 or 7 times, most recently in 2005. But I keep hearing rumors that he might be back again. I don't know whether we'll see him or not. But anyway, yeah, he was just a very nice guy, and just legendary in motocross.
Okay, and like you said, maybe we'll see him back here in May. Stay tuned.
Well, I did hear a rumor.
Stay tuned. Thank you, Donald.